viewers, and welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. So we're back working on the Buick. This is the 05 Buick. We had a previous video we diagnosed with a faulty mass airflow sensor. And I got one here from Napper. It is a recon unit with a $78 core charge, so they want this little guy back. And here it is, for what it's worth. I've got the Pico hooked up. This time I know we used the Vantage last time, and we took a look at it. It's got some paint stuff on it. We took a look at it. We could see it fail. You remember we could tap on it and make it fail. So we're just gonna verify it, just show you, put the new one in, look at scan data, see how it reads, tap on this one, make sure this one doesn't flunk out on us, and call it a fix. So take it fired up here. Let's show you what we have going on. Alright, let's see here. So our top channel, our red one, so it'd be channel B, that is actually the digital output of this signal. So we'll change our time base here so you can see that a little better. Kind of difficult to diagnose an airflow meter because you see it doesn't lose its digital signal. Let me take and start that back up. It's obviously on the fritz. So there we go. I did warm the vehicle up, so hopefully it acts up on us, and it just did. But we can see, just looking at the signal itself, we've got a nice square wave. Down here on the bottom of the screen, I know you guys probably can't see it, but I have a channel measurement up there giving a frequency, and it's running like 2.3 kilohertz. And on channel A, our blue trace, I actually have the frequency being displayed, and you can see that's running just a smidge above 2 kilohertz. So watching the digital signal, I'm going to tap on it. So you do see it change there, which this one's failing pretty bad. So you can see that. If you're looking at it over time, let's say on a long time basis, you're not really going to see it. It just kind of looks like a blob even when we rev it up. So we'll even get a longer time on the screen, because usually it's easier to see it in the frequency trace at the bottom. And you can see right now it's actually, working pretty well. I'm going to take and tap on it. We'll probably watch the frequency drop right to 0. So I just tapped on it. We see we had a little glitch there as I tap on it. There you go. Now it's back working again. Nope, it just dropped out again. So it's pretty much doing the same thing it was the other day, which we already know this airflow meter is bad. I'm just lightly tapping on it with my finger here. Alright, well, she's pretty much toast now. We shut it off. Shut it off. We'll get her swapped out. You guys already know it's bad. We showed that, but I just wanted to show you using the Pico. Now, if you want to measure frequency on it, I've got them both hooked right to the same pin. But in your drop-down menu here, instead of going up to where, like it used to be, where you could add a view and you had scope, and then there was a spectrum view you could add. Now it's just here in the drop-down menu where you've got AC, DC, and frequency. And when you're in there, you can go through and change where you want its frequency counter to start, as far as the rising edge and falling edge and the voltage input of it and stuff like that. And so, anywho, like I said, I've got both my scope leads just going in, just into the one, because we want to measure the signal off the same wire. So I'll get that, find out which Torx bit this is. Safety Torx, or tamper-proof, I guess. You don't want you messing with it. Going the wrong way there, fella. There we go. That feels good. I've got the instrument. Oops, got the instrument cluster out of it right now because I sent that out to United Radio. And we're going to attempt to replace the bulbs in the heating module, the HVAC unit there. Ordered some bulbs off the Amazon. I figured worst case scenario, we screw it up and got to go to the salvage yard and get one anyways. So we'll pull this out. We'll get her unplugged. Make sure we send that sucker back. Doesn't seem right. Let me just double check this. It is, just didn't seem like the O-ring was there. Let me get a little bit of lube on that thing. Get some, put a little Silk Glide on it. Just to make sure that O-ring is seating correctly. Alright, there's that. We don't want any false air. Feels a little better. We'll snug her up where we take our measurements. We'll also look at scan data. We'd expect this to be around, 3.5 to 4 grams per second at an idle. Fully warmed up, which the engine is. Hopefully the 3-man one works good. There's that. And we will probe right back into our yellow wire. Get our vehicle data pulled up here. We're letting our scan tool load up. Just want to get some more less time on the screen. So our average is about 2.3 kilohertz. Looks like a nice signal coming out of that. Give her a couple rev up tune-ups. Look at the frequency there. All right, pretty typical. Let me take and just tap on it with my fingers here. I'm tapping on it, not seeing any dropout, so that's good. What we want. Alright, let's look at some scan data. Let's see, I'll just flick this baby shut and we'll drop this sucker in right here. Look at that. Fancy. The fuel trim numbers look good at an idle. We can take and enhance this. Like I said, I was expecting, 3.5 to 4 grams per second at idle. That's just about where we're at. Give her a couple of rev ups. All right. Well, that looks good. All we got to do is go out, clear the codes. I assume that has some codes. The dash isn't in it right now, so I can't really tell you. That's what she looks like on the inside. Whoa! Let's get her shut down. Let's leave the key on. But yeah, that's all you gotta do to pull the cluster out of one of these suckers. You gotta pull that top dash pad off, which is not a huge ordeal. It's just a lot of little clips. So let's see. Let's see, it's got codes for the malfunction indicator control light circuit. Imagine that. Clear them out. I might have to do that again after I put the dash back in it though. There she is, all cleaned out. And I guess that's a fix for now. Alright folks, that's it. Threw the old one back in the box. We'll get our 78 bucks back from Napper. There's the part number if you need that. Fresh from Mexico it says. I think they're a Cardone rebuild, I imagine. I could be wrong. Probably am. In either case, hopefully this video is helpful, letting you or showing you how to use your Pico and to see the digital output of that mass airflow and also graph the frequency at the same time. Extremely helpful, especially if it has a very small intermittent, which this one didn't. This one here was, had a hole in it you could drive a truck through. So this one you could have seen just with a regular DVOM measuring frequency, more than likely, or even just watch it on scan data. And I guess that's it. Be on the lookout for the video with the heater control unit. We'll see how that whole spiel goes. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully good. Right, Mrs. O?
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You don't want me on camera?
Huh?
You don't want me on camera?
You were doing a good job.
Okay, all right. So if you don't want to miss that video, go down, click subscribe, ring the bell and all that stuff so you get notified. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.